Good evening, my name is Ansh. Today my task is 6.1p. So in this task I have set up an authentication with using the basic authentication handler.cs, and I have controllers like in the previous task. We also have controller mapcontroller.cs and robot controller command.cs, and the third one is new is user controller.cs. And we have some models like login model and map model and robot command model and user model and one program.cs code, which I will show you further in this video. Firstly, let's starting with the basic authentication handler.cs. This is my code, and in this I am using these directives that imports the necessary namespaces for the authentication of the HTTP processing and security claims, password and hashing, and many more. Now I have created a public class basic authentication handler. This defines a custom authentication handler class that extends the authentication handler with the authentication schema options. Then moving to the private classes, these are my private fields that access the user data from the log messages and the user data. And now moving to the public basic authentication handler, this is the construct I have made to receive the dependencies required by the base class and initialize the authentication handler. As you can see, we have the required by the base class, and it initialize the authentication handler. Now moving to this is the user data is equal to new user data access context, and the logger is equal to logger factory.create logger. These initialize the user data access with the app database context and set up the logging. Now protected override async is the override that means the method and run during the authentication processes. Now var endpoint equal to context.get endpoints gets the current endpoint to the check the metadata like allow anonymous that we have set up in this code. And if moving further, we have used the if endpoints metadata and get metadata allow anonymous null. If the endpoints allows the anonymous accesses, then it skips the authentication. If we are writing the allow anonymous, it means in the simple words it will skip the authentication and will run this code. And now moving to this, we are using if and try, if return statements, and next we are using the try parse, try and catch. In this we can if we are requesting does not authentication headers, it deny the authentication, like I will show you. See, if the request header contains key authentication, it means if the request does not have the authentication header, it will deny the access. Like missing header authentication, it will deny the access. And then we are using the var header equal to new password, like this extract the username and passwords for this split array. This will extract the username and passwords. And moving further in this code, we have try and catch. It will return like log and return failures if password is incorrect in this field, authentication failed, password mismatch. And for user email, we have used the log successful, return authentication log successful. And for the logger dot error occurred during the authentications and access to the robot controller invalid authentication header logs the error. It means it logs the error and returns a failure with the www authentication header. And now moving to the next, we have some controllers, like first we have map controller, robot controller, and then we have user controller. Firstly, moving to the map controller, I will show. We have some endpoints like we have also previously, like we can get the map and get the square, get id, and we can post, we can put, we can delete. But in this we have get api slash maps, we can get all the maps. And with slash square we can get where the rows equal to columns, it is open for all, like no authentication required for it. And for the id we have allowed the allow anonymous, means authentication not required, it is open also. Like if we want to post, it means we are not using allow anonymous, it means authorization required. And for the delete also we need authorization. For checking the coordinates, it is open for all because we are using allow anonymous. And moving to the robot command, we have some key endpoints like robot commands. As we have discussed, we have move, and we can go to the specific id, we can post, and we can put. The put means changes in the current state, and delete means we can delete anything. Now moving to the user controller, we have the all the users to get api.users slash user get, we can get it, and get the user name, get id by id, we can post it, we can delete it. Means for the delete we are not using anonymous, it means authorization required. And we are using put, it means allow anonymous, that it can do without authorization. Now moving to the login model.cs, and we have controller.maps and robot maps and user model.cs. These are some models that we have created. Firstly, moving to the login model, we have set the required email address and the required password. It means email address and passwords are required for login updates. And moving to the public map or map.maps.cs, we have created a public class map. It means it have some fields like id, column, rows, and description, create date, modify date. It means id is equal to id, column, columns, and rows. And this means these are the fields in the map.cs model. And moving to the robot command.cs, we have fields such like name, id, description, and is move command, get and set, create date, modify date. And then we have set the public robot command int id and some into the id equal to id. And moving to the user model, we have fields such as email id, first name, last name, password hash, description, and role, create date and date. We have used also required for the email address, required for the first name. Now we will run this code. I have already run this code, so I will copy this and go to the my postman. Now this is my postman. Firstly, in this we will move main focus on our api.users. Before going to this, I have one code more, which is my program.cs, and going to this code. Firstly, I am using this using directives for the namespaces for the authentication system, entity frameworks, and identity management and handling the user claims. Now war builder is equal to web application create builder. This will create a web application builder that sets the services, middleware, and the configuration for my app. And next I have added a controller, builder.services.add controller, register the controller services to the app, and which that will respond to the http request. And in the controller classes, configure the db context with the PostgreSQL from the settings.json. This means it configures the entity framework to use the PostgreSQL using the connection string defined in the app setting.json that I will show you. Like this is my connection string, that is localhost task 6 is my database, and my username and my password for the string. Now configuring the authentications, we have used the builder services add authentication, basic authentication. It will set up the customer basic authentication, use the schema named basic authentication, that code file I have showed you earlier in this video. Now moving further, we have war app is equal to builder build the configuration apps to the runnable web application. Now we have using some middlewares. If the app is in development mode, it is the middleware to show the detailed error pages for the debugging. So moving to the next, in this code we will run this code, and I have copied this link as I have run this code. And moving to the postman, firstly I will show you I will run this code by using the api/users. We will get and check all the users IDs created till now. I have created these IDs, like I can show you my name here, Ansh, and again with my name IDs are created. Now we will use our post endpoint to check whether we can post a new user on it and it will go to our database or not. I will also show my database to you. Now we are going to do a post, and this is our setup. And if we want to change here, because it is already existed in my database, this ID, so I will name it on my name, ANSH Taneja 12345 @example.com, and I will change the password from this to this, and description my name user, and I will set up this role to the user. If I want to make it admin, I can place this role as admin. As I have told you earlier, we have two roles, admin and user, so I am using here a user role. So I will post this code, and we can see 201, a new resource has created successfully, and it has given already ID 9. And now we will go to our database and check whether it is post or not. If it is post, then our web application is running successfully. And now we will move to our database, and I can show you my user table, Ansh Taneja 124 @example. If we refresh, that is the 9th ID as I have showed you, which is created, and Ansh Taneja 12345 @example.com. This is my password and my name user. As you can see, I have made this change here, description my name user. So it has created successfully. As we can see the date 30th April 2025, and today is also 30th April, and time 1:39. So this is the it. And now we will use the put command here, and we will see whether it will work or not. If our post is working, now we will use put, and we will use different key endpoint like delete. So we will do a put and wind up my code and video here. And if we want to make a put in this ID, and I will put the ID name 9 here, and change the example ID, change example ID to Ansh TA. So, and change my description to name user. Okay, now I will change the role admin. Okay, now I will send this and check whether it will show successfully like here or not. See, no content, there is no